Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering why my face looks like this, it's because I was at my cousin's wedding, so I thought I better capitalise it and, film a video. I didn't have this lip colour on, obviously. It's a bit much for a wedding, especially because it was a family wedding. And yeah, I absolutely love it though. I feel like I've gone like full Sea Witch vibes. I'm also kind of turning into a Smurf, so please just ignore the kind of blueness that's on my neck. It's kind of what happens when you dye your hair. But anyway, in today's video I'm going to talk about my June wrap-up. What I read in June, what I enjoyed in June, and what readathons I took part in. I took part in, I believe it was 3. So I took part in, this is my reading journal, and I've wrote down all the books I've read. I took part in Make Your Myth Taker, as I went down the rogue assassin path, because why not? I did the House Cup-a-thon, and of course I was House Slytherin, obviously. And I also took part in the Olympic Games for Team Hades. Now, was I successful in all of these? No. No, I was not. Did I try my hardest? Yes. Yes, I did. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, and as long as you're having fun. But yes, I did, however, finish Make Your Myth Taker, and I am a fully fledged assassin now. So I'm just going to go through what I read for that one, because I kind of at the beginning of the month, I just went ham on the Myth Take. And I read first The Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, and I also listened to this on audio. I have spoken about this in my mid-year freakout tag, so I won't dwell too hard on this, but this is one of my new favourite books. I know it's a series, I know there's a couple of other books, and I really want to get to them by the end of the year, so that's going to be really, really fun. I just loved that this was a school of assassins, and it was a spy trying to find out what happened. 5 out of 5 stars. I don't want my camera cut off, it just kind of cut off weirdly. But yes, Ember in the Ashes, one of my new favourites. It was for the friend pick, and it was my beautiful friend Katara that told me I should read this, listen to the audiobook, loved it. Long story short, pick this up if you want to read a book that's about badass assassins and have a really good time with a spy. It's wonderful. Next up, I read Death Note Volume 1, which actually has Volumes 1 and 2. It's the black edition, and I love this edition. Like, how amazing. It looks stunning, and I love it. And I read this for the Read a Book with a Dark Cover prompt, and didn't take me very long at all, but loved it. Now, the next one was a secret book, and I didn't tell anyone which book I was reading for a reason as well. This is a reread of a book that I read first when I was 13. This is Dragon Actually by G.A. Aiken, and it follows the story of Anne Will the Brave. It's set in a medieval setting where she is kidnapped by a dragon called Fergus the Destroyer, and it's an erotic romance, and he's a dragon who shapeshifts into a man. I had a whole conversation with the Zoom family whether that was bestiality or not. I'm of the opinion that no, it isn't, but there was a couple of people who didn't agree with me. Fun though, and it is really funny. It's a fun story, and there are more in the series, and my favourite one is About a Dragon, which has my favourite character in the whole series. And it is just good because it's not just, porn without plot. Like, it actually has a plot, and it's really fun. And if you're looking for something a bit kooky, a bit out there, this one's a book for you. Next up, I read Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the Slytherin edition. This was for a quick read. It's very short, and I know everything going on with J.K. Rowling, but as I said before, Harry Potter fan, J.K. Rowling, not a fan. But yeah, read this. Nothing I can really say about it. You all know Harry Potter. Nothing revolutionary, but quick read and fun, and loved it. So then I read a couple of books as well. I got the cutest little book. Tiny book. It's the Tiny Book of Slytherin, and it has some really cute little bits and pieces, little bits of, film knowledge, concept art. It's just really cute, and this was sent to me again by Katara, and I'm so, so grateful that she did. It's adorable. I love it. There is the Gryffindor one, there's a Hogwarts one, I believe, as well, and they're just adorable. Next up, I read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Again, I'm not going to be saying much about these books with everything going on, but this is my favourite one of the Harry Potter series. I think it's wonderful. It's so outside of the box, and this edition is just stunning. I love this book. And that was for, I believe, that was for the Hades prompt, read a book you've already read before, so bring a book back from the dead. And it was also for Tom Riddle's journal, read a book by an author that uses a pen name or their initials. That's for House Cupathon. Next, I read New Moon by Stephenie Meyer. You all know what I felt about this book. If you haven't, go and watch my YouTube video linked up on the cards up there where you can see my full Twilight playlist. At the moment, there's only Twilight and New Moon, but I vlogged it all, hated it. Not a lot to say about this, but this was for the King of the Dead prompt, where it features the undead for Hades, and, you know, New Moon has vampires, so I think I nailed it. And the last book I read of June 2020 is a new favourite. Absolutely new favourite. I've actually read 2 new favourites this month. Lucky me. Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco. Okay, I'm back. My camera died again. Great. So the last book I read in June, as I was saying, was Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco, and I loved everything about this book. It had mystery, intrigue, kick-ass, badass main character who, like, honestly, Audrey Rose Wadsworth is an amazing main character. She is very strong-minded, but also very aware of where she is in the world and the time frame. Her father is stifling. Her brother's going through stuff. Thomas Creswell. Didn't like him. Thought he was annoying. Exactly like every other man from this time frame. Didn't like it. But I did like how Audrey Rose, like, stood up for herself. Didn't go along with everyone else's shit. Was just like, you know what, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna do what I want to do. 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5 stars, definitely. This one was a fear book. Like, I was scared of the hype surrounding it. Purely because it's one of those books that everyone talks about. This and is in the same realm for me as Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which, Valentina, Avon. I promise I will read soon once I've bought it, of course. But it will probably be in the next couple of months. Promise. Love you both. Back to Stalking Jack the Ripper, though. Gotta say, within the first two or so chapters, I kind of worked out who Jack the Ripper was. And I won't say who it is, but I was right. And everyone in the Zoom fam can attest to the fact that I was right. And I'm glad it wasn't the obvious choice. I'm glad that we were left guessing. But the writing is amazing. I'm very excited to start hunting Prince Dracula soon-ish. Have to buy those too. But I want to finish the series. I think Kerri Maniscalco is just amazing. Amazing. But yes, anyway, that is my June wrap-up. That's all the books I read in 2020. I will be, this month, in July, I will be taking part in the Reading Rush. Done my spread. I haven't picked out the books I'm going to read just yet, but I will be soon. I'm having a look at the prompts. I'm sort of seeing the books I have on my TBR cart. And I'll be making a decision on that soon. And my TBR will be up on this channel once I've decided on it. But again, thank you guys for watching, and leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and put a comment down in the comments below. And let's talk about it. If you have any differing opinions on any of the books I've shared, if you yourself have read them, or didn't like them, or loved them, I'd love to speak to you all about it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.